Hey everybody, Matt here with Take Roads Less Traveled, and today on the Avalanche we are leveling the tow mirrors because let's just be honest, that bat wing looks terrible and we need to fix it. So let's get right to it. Alright, to level out your mirror, it's actually real simple. All you're going to do is fold it all the way forward. Take a small flathead screwdriver. Pop off this little side cover. And you have 4 screws or 4 bolts that hold this bracket. It's like a U bracket that hold everything in place. They're going to have different head types depending on who made them. Mine happen to be a 10mm head or even just a Phillips, which makes it real easy. You're going to take the top 2 all the way out. Now, as I say in a lot of my videos, power tools make things a lot easier. The problem is that power tools can also strip items out. That is the last thing you want. So, try to use hand tools if you can. Now, because it is a U-bolt bracket, getting a socket on there can be kind of tight. Ooh, that one's on there. That's okay. The bottom 2, you only want to pull out about halfway. You don't want to pull them out all the way. Whoop, there we go. Now, let me get this other one. Take and there we go. Just enough to break that loose. And I'll go back to the Phillips head. So I'm not putting too much strain on anything. Again, I'm going to take that about halfway out on the bottom. Now, what you're going to get is a set of washers. In my instance, these are number 12 washers. I got a pack of 12 at Home Depot for $1.28. You know, so super cheap. I'm going to do 2. You're just going to stack them right there side by side like that. Take a pair of needle nose pliers. Take one of your top bolts and then just feed that in. Run your bolts in place and you can let it go. Now your mirror is going to sag because you don't have anything supporting the top. You don't want to cross thread anything, so just take your mirror, level it back out, and then just start that bolt. Real easy. We're going to do the same with the other top bolt. And I personally found it's easy with that one in. You can pull that mirror out just a little bit. There we go. Be able to get in from the front side. Get that bolt put in. Once again, lift your mirror up a little bit, get that bolt to set, hold it in place, bring your mirror back around, and then get that bolt started. Tighten these down, tighten the bottoms down, and your mirror should be level, or at least very close to it. At the very least, you'll have a lot less of that batwing effect. Now, when you put your washers in, they have to go behind that bracket. You have to remember that. They have to go behind the bracket, not in front of it, because otherwise, they don't do anything. They don't push the top out. And that's what you need. Is you need the top to get pushed out because that ends up changing the angle and forcing the mirror down overall. And that's what you want, because that's what's going to level it out. Now, I'm using 2. Some people have used 3. I kind of think 2 looks really good. Could add a 3rd. I mean, I've got a pack of 12, so I could come back later if I really want to and add it. But the thing I have found with running 3 is that a lot of times this cover has some fins inside of it to give it a little bit of strength. And it's just a piece of plastic, and you have to cut those fins because now these bolt heads stick out a little further. It all depends on who made the mirror, you know, all that kind of stuff. Because each company that makes these aftermarket mirrors is just a little bit different. Once that's all on, you take and test to see if this cover will fit back on. Actually, it tends to work better if you move the mirror back in place. And you can see that mirror is a lot more level than it was. Let's see if I can get this cover in without having to modify it. I don't know if it's gonna go or not. There we go. Wow. That's she's got a gap on the front, so I do need to trim it out. Pop it back. So all I'm gonna do is, you can see it has this little fin right here. So I'm just gonna take and I'm gonna trim this fin out. Just a little bit. I don't want to take and get rid of the entire fin. Just want to trim it out. Always be careful when using a razor blade and plastic, because it can slip at a moment's notice. And you end up with a nasty, like that. You can end up with a nasty, nasty cut. And end up going to the hospital for stitches, which, you know, that's never fun. Not just because you then have stitches, but then you also have the recovery. All right, so you can see I trimmed out that section. Let's see how this will fit now. Front clipped in, and popped out. All right, let's try this again. What am I hitting on? Not hitting on that top bolt. So where am I hitting? The other side of that is I've changed the, there we go. Lock it in, hopefully, maybe. Because the angle of that has changed. Yeah, there we go. That seems to be staying just fine. All right, so now you can take, and you can see it doesn't have anywhere near that bat wing effect on either side. So it's real simple. It's how you level these new style mirrors on these GMT800's. Takes about 10 minutes total to do both sides, as long as you don't have any issues. So hope this helps, and I will see you on the roads less traveled.